You never know who's doing what, though, do you? To be fair,
No.
I was at one of my customers the other week, and I said, "Oh, have you got anything planned for the coming week? As a sort of parting gesture." He said, "Oh, we're doing such and such for a meal, and then we're doing such and such, and then on Monday night it's ukulele club." It's like, hang on, what? You don't know what people get up to.
That's a big what, because I play in a band and I play the ukulele in a band. Yeah, that's cool, but a ukulele club? You have to elaborate here.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
A lot of people get together and play the ukulele together. Sounds like fun.
It might be. Yeah. I mean, ukulele is kind of like the string instrument recorder for me. That just one doesn't sound that good, but maybe it's a lot of them. They can drown together and be better, perhaps.
Yeah, but I feel it's a bit like the recorder. It's a very cheap buy-in, but you can also get the really decent one, like that one, maybe. Right?
Like this one.
Yeah.
I need a bit more practice.
Yeah, because I was kind of low-key hoping you were doing while I'm cleaning windows.
Oh yeah,
isn't that I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what you can.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, ding 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 ding. When I'm cleaning windows.
Yeah. That's a brilliant tune, man. I'm gonna listen to that afterwards.
This is my daughter's old ukulele, which she doesn't want anymore. So I think I'm going to put some bass strings on it and an electric pickup at some point.
Yeah, and some flame paint.
Yeah,
or flamethrowers.
I'm going to put some bass in.
I can send you one of the flamethrowers, and then you can put some flame paint on it with your airbrush.
Yes.
Make it a kiss ukulele.
Yeah.
And then with all the makeup and everything. It's like as the video progresses, you get more and more makeup on.
Hang on, let me just get ready. Steve, get ready. Play this. It's gonna put some bassy strings on because I keep making strum sticks. I keep using the three smaller strings from a guitar set.
Ah, yeah. So you have a set.
I have several sets of the bigger strings.
Yeah, but bass is cooler. So I learned just the other day that YouTube celebrated 20 years since it was registered on Valentine's Day, 2005.
Oh, wow!
So it's
Happy Valentine's Day, YouTube.
It's
birthday.
Old enough to do something, I guess.
Yeah. It can drink here, and it can have sex.
Yeah, then it's no.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. But yeah, that's a long time though. I think I kind of thought it was older as well. I think didn't Spotify come in 2007? I remember when I was at uni, that launched and was really the rage, and I just canceled my subscription this week. And then I had that for a long time. But of course, in the beginning, I had the free version with the advertisements. But yeah, I've had Spotify for quite a few years as well. So if I started YouTube back then, I might have like 4,040 subscribers by now.
Probably,
But yeah, that's the name of the game when you're late to the board. Yeah,
I think if you'd started back then, you'd be probably bigger than Colin Furze.
The problem in the beginning was that there was a time limit on YouTube, so you could only do like 5-minute videos, was it, or 10 minutes, or that sort of thing.
I'm out.
It doesn't really fit your form.
I would be so happy if they had that time limit on now.
Yeah.
Just imagine all the part 1, part 2, part 3 you could do, Haavard.
Exactly, but still, I mean, they had a time limit, but they didn't have shorts, so I could. It was a glorious
Yeah.
before times.
I like shorts.
Yeah, they give you that small high of
Yeah.
views, but yeah, no.
Oh, I started YouTube before shorts.
Yeah,
I can.
I remember a time when it was in black and white and you could only upload
When
3-minute
YouTube was in
videos,
black and white.
and you could only
It was
upload
just
cats. Yeah, that's.
it was just shadows on the cave walls.
Well, that came early.
Yeah.
I'm out of.
Yeah, that's it then.
Then we have to make something up.
Is this the shortest half pint ever?
Like a 4-minute one.
Yeah.
That's a bit low, I would say.
I mean, then you put the intro
Okay,
and
that Glenn is
outro.
dying,
You
but
you can stretch it to 4 minutes. Yeah.
just slow down the speed and then everything.
I actually, KJ, we can go a couple of Oh God, if I can say it, we can go a couple of more minutes. So you're waiting for stuff from China to finish the battery video.
Yes.
So that's obviously going to take 5-6 weeks to come.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
is
optimistic in
It's-
Sweden.
It's
yeah.
easier to get stuff from China than from the UK,
Okay.
I would say.
It's still going to be a few weeks though, isn't
It's
it?
gonna be a while, yes. Start of March was the estimated.
So are you going to make and do something else while you wait?
I'm gonna continue with the batteries because I have some that are really old that look like they do not have that intelligent control board because there are no components with any intelligence on it. So
Okay.
hopefully I can play around with that in the meantime. And then I should start the robot build, and then I have some fabric builds as well that I should be doing because what it looks at the moment, it looks like at the Maker Central I will be helping out with the sewing department at
cool.
Make with Makers. So I really have to derust my sewing skills, I feel like, if I'm going to be any use there. So yeah, I've actually cleaned off my not cleaned off my fabric workstation, we call that. It just have a lot of fabric on it, so I can actually do some stuff there.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day actually, if I was to ever help on Make with Makers, which is obviously probably not ever going to happen because I'm not the volunteering type. But I was thinking, I don't think there'd be anything I could actually help with skills wise on there.
I think it would be. Our friend Chloe is doing some form of scrap wood thing.
Oh, is she?
That's the plan.
Okay.
It's a long time till May, and a lot of things can happen, but that's the plan at the moment. So,
I mean, you could have a small turning station, and then Tom Jones Jr. could have like a chainsaw mill, just bringing random logs in. I did see some small trees around the venue, so like.
Well, if he got his copy lathe, I could lathe stuff, and then he could put it on his copy lathe and just keep copying it, and we could make multiples of things.
Yeah.
And sell them for very little money.
Or very much money.
Yeah.
Do you want the original or a copy?
Yeah.
Different price points.
Limited edition copies.
Yeah, but that's the way it is in the art world. The originals are crazy expensive, or you can get a signed print or a copy in this. Yeah.
I have never understood those that need those oil painting originals for a couple of millions. I would not feel comfortable having those on my wall at home.
A person asked, I think it was only a few weeks ago actually, if they could buy the diddly bow off me. And I said no, But I would have no idea on what to sell something like that for.
Didn't you ask them what they were willing to pay?
No, I couldn't face the thought of trying to figure out how to post something to Italy or Spain that's over a meter long, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, and then it's like, so someone asked me if they could buy the tractor or the Kazoo amplifier, and of course the tractor, I'm a bit like, I did not start as you. I did not even ask what they were willing to pay, because I don't want someone to buy it and then their kid is going to hurt themselves, because I mean, I have tampered with everything that could be tampered with.
Yeah.
But the
Kazoo.
Kazoo amplifier, I said I would like to hang on to it, but I have all the templates and everything. I mean, I used the CNC, so I could knock one out in a week. If you're interested, and I just ballpark, this is what I used for the parts, and it would be fun to make it for someone. So I'm not going to charge for the hours, but you just like, oh, you spent that on parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so some of them were just bought on a marketplace as well, but some of them, yeah. So I think people don't realize sometimes when you're doing like a DIY project or something. And I think one of the cosplayers that we met at Skaperfestivalen actually did a breakdown of one of the costumes, what she used. And it's like, it's several £100 just in fabric, because fabric is not cheap.
Yeah.
Like, and yarn and everything. So like, yeah, oh, can you make me a sweater? Yeah, I can make you a sweater. It's 250 euros in yarn. What? And people
that's
just
why.
like,
That's why
yeah.
so many of those cosplayers just go for the sexy bikini look, isn't it? It's just
Yeah,
cheaper.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
only reason they do it.
economic aspect of it. Yeah. I was going to do the same when I ventured into cosplay, and then, well, if you want me to cover up, you should start paying the Patreon.
That's what your Patreon is for, saving people, saving the public.
my eyes, here, take my money. But yes, that is. Now we got two topics. Now we're on a roll. Now we're gonna make this half pint really count. One is, of course, as we mentioned in the main episode, is that I'm gonna attend this year's carnival at the kindergarten, and I thought, well, I need a costume, and of course it's 3 weeks away, so this is not where I'm gonna start doing my first cosplay, but of course you have the simple ones. You have the like the ghost with the sheet
Yeah.
and all of that. And does anyone have any suggestions? Just send me a message. I did stumble over one of those inflatable dinosaurs, unicorns, the one that you just pull on and zip up, and you have a little fan that blow it off. It's like, that would have been cool, but I don't see any second use for it. But I'm thinking I could be willing to pay for a costume, because I mean, at some point that would be just a prop in a YouTube movie. So I'm just thinking there is some reuse value here.
I just had a really quick idea just popped into my head, and maybe you could go as groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons.
That would be kind of easy for you.
Yeah, that
just some dungarees, isn't it? And
yeah,
I think you have one of those.
Yeah, I have my Carhartt. What are they called? When you have like okay, yeah,
or a bib and brace.
Yeah.
Bib and brace.
I was going to say the bibs.
That's what they call it in
that's
fishing
for the
for some
babies.
reason.
Yeah.
You're weird.
Yeah,
it's not just me, KJ. It's all of us who live around here.
That's the you for the entire those islands off the coast.
Yeah. Are you guys not weird at all? Do you do anything strange?
No, everything is perfectly normal here.
Okay.
Perfectly normal.
Nothing to see here. Just every day here. But the second thing is, and you mentioned it, robots, and we talked about it earlier. I think it is KJ. You had your droid project, and I googled like there must be an overview of all the droids in the Star Wars universe, and I did not realize that was that many of them. But of course, the main characters you could get into this nice sheet, and like I didn't see any of them like that struck me like I really want to do that one. Uh, Maybe the one that I like the most is one from the spin-off series, and it would be cool to make it like full size so you could wear it, but it has like the hinge, and it's very slim, so you can't really fit into it with the right proportions. But then I stumbled over a video and like, yes, this one I had thought about earlier and I want to make it, and that is Wally, the robot.
That's a really good robot.
Yeah, and it's square, and the tank tracks you can get those, so you can get it with a decent motor. And then I thought, should I make it two-stroke? Two-stroke Wally? Yeah, that would be. But then I realized, and this is in line with the age of YouTube, because I didn't know that channel was that old, but I mean, Adam Savage from Tested actually did an episode on someone making a Wally, and I saw the video. Holy crap, it's 13 years old. I didn't even
Wow.
think the movie was that old, and that was brilliantly built. And of course, the guy using it was using the remote control, but it could drive, and you had all the sounds and everything. And it's like that what I would have done, but it's already done. So yeah, but yeah, make it two-stroke instead of battery would have been cool. Cool, but yeah, it would drown out all the cute sounds.
It would be nice. And now that you have a 3D printer as well, you can easily make it look very much like the movie.
Yeah, and I mean the tracks and the motor and everything. I mean that's already. You just have to buy a snowblower and put a head on it. It's and of course then a 3D printed box. But that is one of the things that I'm really fascinated over, and that would be a very good project to do that, because I've seen a lot of videos of people doing weathering. They're building something and then they're actually painting it to look rusty and grimy, and I'm really fascinated how good that looks. And
Yeah.
it doesn't look difficult
Because they know what they're doing.
Exactly, when you know what you're doing. But yeah, that is a thing I would like to be good at, because that is also a skill I could see used for aesthetics in a lot of projects, like weathering it to look old. So but
Yeah,
maybe I
did
should start with something smaller, like one of the boxes from Ghostbusters, the catcher box for the ghosts, whatnot.
I didn't. I'm not pretending now I pulled it off well or anything, but when I did my zombie apocalyptic soldering station box, I did multiple colours and then sanded it back to age it and stuff like that. It's good fun just doing it, whether it looks good or not, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well worth a go.
And previously, that is, of course, because I built something that I attached it to my bike or something, and I just rode it for a kilometers, and then it got all the dings and grimes and everything. But it needs to be a thing that can handle a bit of punishment then.
Yeah.
My mind is stuck on Wall-E themed snowblower. Because that was it was something about it that really struck a chord in
A
me.
sad, depressed snowblower, like clearing snow, but there's no one there to enjoy it. Yeah, that would actually make for a good video idea.
And I mean, you were missing not having a snowblower this year, weren't you?
Yeah.
Maybe this is a good summer project for you for the coming winter.
I was kind of amazed. I think it was 2 years ago. of course, all the snowblowers were sold out once the snow came. And that I'm guessing that's every year, but this year I saw a lot of used ones, still in working order, but they were like they seem cheaper than they used to be. So yeah, that I think I could easily get a decent one for a project and not feeling too bad for turning it into a Wally.
Yeah,
Of
at least
course,
if you buy it in March.
yeah. But I mean, it's the wife said like maybe we should get a snowblower. We had one earlier. We don't need a big one, but maybe we should buy one. And I like, yeah, but now it's almost summer and it's not going to snow for a lot. And then if I end up buying one and turning it into Wally, I'm never going to hear the end of it. Yeah, you didn't want to buy one to actually get rid of snow, but spending money on one to turn it into a bloody robot. That was.
But this is just to make your daughters want to do the snow shoveling. If they can drive around Wally, then it's...
But they
Yeah.
go for cheap in the summertime, don't they?
Yeah, cheaper. And
Yeah.
now that being said, though, you can. I've seen someone sell like robotic lawnmowers, but also with attachment for a snowblower that is radio controlled, and it's of course meant to people working in like keeping highways clear and whatnot
Yeah.
for and like steep slopes and so on. But I mean, if I were going to build, of course, it would have been radio controlled, so I can actually operate it from inside my house while drinking coffee and sitting in my knickers, just
You'd want to make it ride on there,
clearing
wouldn't
some
you?
snow.
It'd only be a matter of time before you put a seat on it and you sat on the thing while you're still radio controlling it.
Yeah, no, that's true. I did actually see a belt track mobility scooter, and like, yeah, that's an
Nice.
afternoon of just welding the snowblower part on it, and yeah, that should be a 1 day build.
We went in a charity shop not so long ago, and they had one of those wheelchairs, electric wheelchairs in there, you know, with the joystick.
Yeah.
On the, oh, so tempting, but it still wasn't cheap even in the charity shop.
Yeah.
Those are. I mean, it's probably going to offend someone here, but they are hilarious to drive.
I've
Because
never
you
had a
have,
go. I've always wanted to.
we had, there is a call, it's a part of the municipality, but they are also the one providing these to people who need them. And of course, it is an everyday item for them. So of course, it needs regular service, and they actually get new ones every third year or something because they wear them out. And it was when we was at university, we had a project and we needed an electric motor and a gearbox, and yeah, just head over to the company who do the services and just ask, because there is always something that is not usable anymore. And we went over, and yeah, sure, we have a couple of that's just going to go to the skip. So we can have this one. The battery is a bit wonky and it's well used, but we were going to use it for a project. But it was fully functional. And of course,
Oh, wow.
before we gutted it and used it for something else, we spent an entire day putting various batteries in it and just driving it around campus. And of course, this was. I'm not sure if I told this story on the podcast before, but of course, one of my friends, he was wearing a gray tracksuit with holes in it and whatnot because we were going to work in the workshop, so you didn't put your nice clothes on. And he was driving around, and he was like acting like he like that this was his. And of course, we were standing there laughing at him because it was hilarious. And then we realized people were walking past, and they just saw four adults pointing and laughing at this poor sod in a mobility scooter because they didn't know that we knew him. So they were giving us the harshest look imaginable. And I understand, I would have done the same, but like, yeah, but we know him. Yeah, right. but that scooter, that was really cool. So I could have one of those to play around with. Yeah.
I mean, those are often bases for like the Robot Wars robots, aren't they? Because they're really good motors and strong and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and they're sturdy, and they usually what we wanted it for was the electric motor, but it also had a differential, so it was like, and it was proper sturdy. So yeah.
One thing I don't think I've ever told you is that I actually own a caravan, which we don't use ever, but it's got a power mover on it. Have you seen those? So
it's for towing it around.
For moving it around, so you can unhitch it from the car and park it, and
nice.
You took it off the drive. I mean, that'd be a brilliant gag, wouldn't it, to hook that up to your car and just drive it up the street driverless.
Yeah. I've seen the neighbor has one, and I think it's actually integrated in the caravan itself, so there is nothing he does to it. It just brings out the remote control and just moves it around. So yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, the same as ours. But so we don't use the caravan, but it'd be quite nice to take the power mover off, even if I just used it for my workbench to drive the bench around.
I did see this, and it's a brilliant clip. They did that to a trailer. They put a steering wheel and steering to the wheels, and they had the driver inside the trailer. And then, of course, they used one-way glass or something, so he who sat inside the trailer, he could see out, but nobody could see in, so it looked like a regular trailer. And they hooked it up to a car, and one guy was driving the car in reverse, and of course the guy inside the trailer was controlling the trailer, so they could back up at insane speeds. And after some practicing, they had like a headset to communicate, and they got so good at it that, like, all right, let's take it out into traffic, and they filmed it, and people were like turning their heads because they were doing like 60 kilometers an hour backwards, and people like, holy shit. And it looks like it was the guy in the car just looking over the back seat and like, yep, wheeling it around corners and everything. But with the caravan, you can do like, I remember that's a brilliant scene in one of the Jackass movies. I think they were in San Francisco. They dressed one of them up like an old guy, and they put him in a wheelchair, and then they just set it down the steepest hills of San Francisco while they were running after it. Stop, stop, stop! And people were like risking their lives, throwing themselves into the road to stop that poor guy in a wheelchair coming like a million miles an hour. You can do that with the caravan, just like run after it. Stop, stop, stop!
Doesn't go very fast, unfortunately.
Oh, that
can be arranged. So there we go.
I mean that's even more menacing if it's going really slowly down a slope, because I mean it's hard to stop it if it looks like it's out of control.
Yeah.
Slow, menacing thing.
But so you just have a caravan sitting around that you're not using?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, why not? But then again,
exactly.
I'm gonna start thinking of caravan projects now. I mean the camper van builds are all over the internet, and of course the Airstreams, and it's not an Airstream, is it?
No.
Okay.
That would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
No, I'd probably sell it if it was an Airstream.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it were, I would be kind of pissed that you didn't mention it at all or had any plans for it.
Oh yeah, by the way, I've got an Airstream.
Yeah.
Tow it with my Lamborghini. My Lamborghini tractor. Oh yeah, if ever you want a cheap holiday in Lincolnshire, you can use the caravan if you like.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use it as your work van. You just have a regular car towing it around.
Yeah. Strip all the beds and stuff out the inside.
Yeah. Or if you want to go and have a nap.
Yeah,
mid-work day.
Yeah.
More of a welfare unit.
Time for lunch. And then it's like a continental lunch, 2 hours. A glass of wine siesta, and a nap.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. Then, of course, some of your equipment could be radio controlled, probably. And so, if it's a rainy day, you can sit inside your caravan, have a cup of tea, biscuits, and then trim a hedge.
Having like a bomb disposal robot with a hedge trimmer on it, driving it around remote controlled. That would actually be brilliant.
I also thought it'd be a really good idea for hedge trimming if you could build a rail system around the hedge. So you can just attach your hedge trimmer to it and just literally run it down, with linear bearings, run it straight down. That's
like a sawmill.
I saw,
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to try to remember what it's called in English. Yeah, but I saw in an old Donald Duck cartoon, Goofy did that. Of course, he built two like fences out of wood each side of his hedge, and then he just put his lawnmower on top and just ran with it, and then it was like, brilliant.
It probably works in real life. You should try it.
Yeah, it's content. Come on.
Dangerous gardening with Glenn. That's a good channel.
I have knelt
Gardening
on top of
gone wild. Yeah,
I have knelt on top of a hedge before while I've been cutting it.
Yeah, but I mean, you could. That would be cool. I mean, you could have like on your caravan, on the top there, at the height of average hedge, you could just press a button, and then like a chainsaw blade would just come out of a slit, and like, and you just drive along the hedge, and like, that's
So you set a height, and then different saws come out.
Actually,
like a zombie apocalypse weapon.
I think you should have a talk with Tom Jones. I think he can probably source you some long blades for a project like that.
I think the most practical use for the power mover, actually, now you've said it would probably just to make a movable platform that you could just drive down.
And just stand there.
Yeah, just
holding
stand there.
it.
Yeah. I've done it off the back of a van before, a pickup van.
I see so much possible. Maybe I need a week's holiday over at the. Let's make it the caravan week.
Nothing left of the caravan by the end of the week.
Well, you're not using it, so
that's fair enough.
Exactly.
Well, let's give you some time to think about it and call it a night, shall we?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys.
You're welcome.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening to me every week, guys. I really appreciate you too. You're the best. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I'll send you an invoice.